Hi, dilly ho, Superinos. Welcome to another episode of the Ahsoka Chronicles, the one-stop shop for recaps, reviews, and reactions for the latest Disney Plus Star Wars series, Ahsoka. I'm Thomas Richards, and I'll be your host for this week. And I'm once again joined by this colorful cast of characters that we call Star Wars fans. First is the illustrious Pope of the Church of the Blue Bouquet, Lily Kay.
Hello there.
The steadfast leader of the Ezra Isn't Evil support group, Steph.
He's not evil.
And last, but certainly not least, someone whose obsession with a certain murderous droid brings their own mental state into question, Brandy.
Murder bot!
This week, we'll be breaking down episode 4 of Ahsoka, titled The Fallen Jedi. But don't worry if you have not seen the episode yet. We'll be starting our talks this week with our spoiler-free reactions to the episode, so you'll be safe for now. So let's kick things off with Lily. What did you think of the episode in the most spoiler-free that you can possibly can, regardless of your salt?
How to sum it up? It's just easy. Okay, this is the way.
Nice, awesome sauce.
Yes.
We thank you for your contributions.
Best episode so far. Lots of action. Lots of suspense this time. And
True.
and lots of like different fights, and everyone kind of engaged in their own personal conflicts. And learned a lot of stuff.
Brandy, what did you think overall?
I'm stressed.
But that's normal though. So like about the episode.
I can't poop.
You can reach out to your doctor about that.
Yeah, I feel like you might be in the wrong place.
Water.
Yeah. Just hydrate or dihydrate, but like that's a bit much.
No, like seriously, like it was like butt pucker like the entire time.
It was.
No, I'm totally serious. Like the whole time when things are happening, I'm like I'm clenching. So yeah.
I was stressed as well, probably not to the point of butt puckering, but like you do you.
It's how I roll.
How you roll, not being able to shit.
Just little happy farts.
We need to have Chopper doing that. Just little happy farts. Like, when he kills somebody.
And it goes up.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're getting a bit off track here. Just a tad. I was also very stressed. Some of the fights were cool. One fight in particular, I didn't like how it was shot because it was just looked very messy. But we'll get into that later. Even if there is some disappointment, I agree with Steph. It is probably the best one they've done. And
we're halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
That's my problem.
It's not a spoiler, but like there is no blue booty in here still. So
no.
Episode 8, here we come.
Shut up, Tom.
That was our very brief sort of initial spoiler-free thoughts. So now, if you have not seen the episode, go away because we're going to be talking about all the spoilers, all the things that made us happy and or pissed us off. So pause us on video, podcast, or whatever you're listening to us to. Come back to us later. I promise we won't go anywhere. Now that all the people who have priorities in their life and don't want to watch Star Wars at random hours of the day are now gone, spoiler time. Okay, so first off, we started the episode back where we finished episode 3 with Sabine, Ahsoka, and Huyang all just sort of stranded on the planet where they're doing all the evil shit. So, Lily, what did you think of the opening scene with like Sabine and Ahsoka talking about all of their feelings and how not to be a dick?
It's it was very nice introduction of what we talked about last time, that they're gonna be spending the entire thing on that fucking planet. Hire me, Lucasfilm. I can write you stuff. It was so fucking predictable. I was like,
it was.
You're not getting away. Okay, great. Fuck you all. These are the times, like episodes like this. While I think it was a great episode, so I agree with Steph that it was really good, and it's probably the best out of the 4 that we've already seen. I fucking hate that we're getting it weekly because I'm just gonna be frustrated throughout the entire week. while
Yeah.
we have to wait for the next one. I'm just gonna be like, I can't believe they done that. But they did, so it's all right. But yeah, the first scene was like, we all knew that they're gonna come for them. We all knew that the ship needs repairs. So it was nothing like that I didn't expect. And Hu Yang is the best still, so that's cool. I guess.
He's cool, I
That's-
guess.
Yeah, it's fine. And of course we knew that the talk was gonna come. That there's if they have the map, then fuck Ezra and Throne can return. We expected that, and we expected the ending as well, of course. But yeah, it's all right. It was all right. It's. I was like, okay, we're going somewhere.
I can see the salt being held behind that face. You're just like, oh, yeah.
It's gonna come out. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes,
Steph, what did you think of like Sabine and Ahsoka's talk about maybe saying fuck Ezra?
Not knowing at that point exactly the mindset that Sabine was in and not getting that reveal till a little bit later, it was a little like, oh man, that's really kind of frustrating. That's going to be a sticking point later. And of course it was. I was pretty sure that when when Ahsoka said, "Can I count on you?" I'm like, this is a setup. This is not. This is something bad is going to happen. Sabine's going to have to make a choice, and it is not going to be good for Ahsoka when she makes that choice.
Had that same feeling, like, she's just not going to say anything and be like, oh, ominous. Brandy, your thoughts on it?
I think the conversation had to be had, basically. I mean, Ahsoka pretty much had to explain to Sabine, hey, we got to do everything to make sure Thrawn doesn't come back, whether that means stranding Ezra. But Ezra kind of knew what he did when he did it. Like, he sacrificed himself, knowing that he may never come back. So it almost seems a little bit selfish of Sabine.
Not just a little bit.
I remember that the line from Ezra that stuck in Sabine's head was, "I'm counting on you."
Yeah.
I'm
So she
like,
probably thinks he's wanting her. I mean, I would want to be found too. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. I wouldn't want to be stuck like all the way on the other side of the galaxy. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sure she feels like she has to do it for him. I mean, Ahsoka is trying to think of the bigger picture here.
We never really knew what Ezra meant by "I'm counting on you," and Sabine didn't even really know what he meant for a long time.
But like, I think that it's kind of obvious. I'm counting on you to, do what I couldn't do, basically, and just be there for the people that I left behind. That's how I interpret it. So I'm like, how could he know that they're gonna survive that fucking hyperspace jump with space whales? Like, come on. I'm pretty sure he was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna die, so I'm counting on you to just, follow the path that we started. Bye.
Especially because the window in the front of the ship was completely shattered, so it's just going to have like space junk.
That's the other thing. Is like,
yeah,
the fact that they are even alive, or that we are assuming that they are alive, because we know that Throne is alive, because fuck you all if you're gonna pull another trick on us.
Turns out he's dead. It's Thrawn's long lost brother, Thrawn.
No, shut up, Tom. Shut up.
It had to happen, like the talk about with Ahsoka and Sabine, like, worst comes to worst, do we just abandon Ezra? I did find Ahsoka a bit of a hypocrite, though, because she was like talking about like removing her emotions and have to do like the greater good, where in the Clone Wars, she went with her emotions, said, fuck the Jedi. So like, I know she's grown and all that stuff, but like, I'm just thinking like, oh, are you thinking from experience, or are you just trying to, cover your own ass for like having done the same mistakes?
It was a completely reasonable thing to put out there that, look, worst comes to worst, and we have to leave Ezra behind, because Thrawn is just such big of a threat that...
Yeah. War Ezra.
I know who Steph will choose. Okay, so... I am great at this.
She's just like, no.
We'll get into that later.
So next, after this, we had the whole fight scene between Hu Yang, Sabine, Ahsoka, and all the random guards, which the first time we've seen Sabine use her blasters in live action. So that's fun. Brandy, what did you think of this first fight of many of this episode?
Hu Yang punched a dude in the face. I was so happy about that. But also, like, we got to see Sabine's Mandalorian badassery in live action, and that made me very, very happy. Like, because to me, when she's using the saber, she's just kind of unsure. She's flopsy, you know. But the blasters, she's much more sure of herself. Like, that's Sabine. That's her.
Lily, what did you think of the first fight that doesn't piss you off yet?
It did not. It was fine. It was like David Tennant being like, hi.
Kung Fu robot.
I'm sure that he went in the booth like this, like just making the noises. It was fun. It was nice to see the old dynamic of Sabine being Mandalorian and so being a Jedi and just doing their thing and just fucking everyone up in like what, a minute. That's it, and
Not
it was
even.
all done.
No time.
Yeah, it was no time at all. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, before everything went downhill for Lily. Steph, what did you think of the Jedi Mando team up?
It's something that we saw in previous productions, you know, the Mandalorians and Jedi fighting side by side, and the strengths of both being enhanced because they can do different things. And it's just kind of a reminder of how powerful that pair up is.
I do feel like they've done it a bit too much.
Never enough.
It's never enough? Okay, I'm
Never
sorry.
enough.
Never enough. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
agreed.
Moving on, we got our first look of the Ghost in the series with Hera and Jason and everyone's favorite Murderbot. Steph, what did you think about seeing the Ghost and Hera's just sort of fuck you to the New Republic?
Oh, that was so Hera, though. I love that she told Jason, when you get to be a general, you can do that too. I just got the new Lego set for the Ghost today. It arrived, and I was excited. So, of course, I was excited to see the Ghost. That is my favorite ship in Star Wars right now. So it was very much expected that Hera was going to walk away and do her own thing, and that people who were loyal to her, who had flown with her, would be going with her to help out.
Like Carson Teva,
That was so good.
the guy who shows up somehow in every live-action Star Wars Disney Plus series.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
We love him.
I would complain if he wouldn't be there. Like, come on.
More Carson, please.
You get Carson Teva, no Thrawn. That's the exchange. Carson Teva for Thrawn. You get no Thrawn now.
Still no Zeb,
Aw.
though.
I just saw your face just go like, I'm gonna come across the ocean and kill you.
I will. Don't test me. Do not test me.
Shut up, Tom.
Brandy, what was your reaction to seeing the magnificent Ghost?
I think I squealed a little bit, mainly because obviously Chopper's there, but
Oh,
just
yeah.
seeing the Ghost in live action was really amazing. And Hera just saying like, "Stop me if you can. Okay, bye." You know, it's like, I'm gonna go do what I need to do. Screw politics, basically.
Lily, what did you think of Hera's disregard of the man?
I knew she's gonna leave and just go and help her friends. So and yeah, just be like, fuck you, New Republic. Yes, please.
Yes.
More of that. Like, all the familiar things. And yeah, I love that Carson was in there. But I love Thrawn more. So fuck you, Tom. Or even saying that.
I was just throwing out a possibility.
It's not even a possibility. Like all day,
everything's
every day.
After this episode, anything's a possibility, Lily. You should know that by now. After Hera and her crew zooming off to help Sabine and whatnot and Ahsoka, we got our first lightsaber fights of this episode, and like I think the second and third overall of this series. And we'll start with the first one, which I think Lily really has some feelings about. Ahsoka versus Marrok. Did you love it, Lily?
No. I just want to say, fuck you, Dave Filoni. Just big time.
You were the chosen one!
I was so pissed off. Mostly because obviously, if you've been watching us, I wanted to be Sam Witwer, or we had the Ezra theory or something. We were like, oh, they're not gonna pull another faceless fucking Inquisitor coming in, and they've been hinting at things that he's someone like someone, not just a fucking mask. The minute, like, I still had hope. Like the second the cut happened from Ahsoka and it was across the torso, I was like, okay, it's the plate of the armor, so he should be fine. Still, I was so hopeful for like 2 seconds that he's just gonna be like taking off the helmet and be like, "Hi, I'm Ezra," or something like that.
with the hair flip, it's like, oh my god,
the hair flip must happen.
Must happen.
Goes into slow mo as the hair flies behind. Like, I'm Ezra.
I'm Ezra. Hi. And then fucking he fucking died. And it was probably some kind of fucking
or
witchcraft,
wasn't
was
alive.
like, or wasn't even alive. Why? Just stop doing this. It's so misleading. Like, I do get it, the occasional, like, we're gonna do it like a few times and it's fine. But all the fucking time, you're gonna introduce like a cool character. You're gonna let people be like, who this might be, and then just be like, yeah, we don't care. Fuck off. Stop it. It's not fun.
It's just some guy.
It's so annoying. Like, why the hell did you even put him in there? Why? That's my question. It just
To give Ahsoka a win.
It's so stupid. The salt is.
It's building, but it's not at the peak yet.
It's not yet. It's not, but it's
The salt, it will explode by the end. The end.
Probably.
Brandy, this fight. Are you also as pissed off as Lily?
No, but I had big thoughts. Like,
Big thoughts.
yeah, I had a feeling that he was very much something that Morgan did, one way or the other, because he was working specifically for her. He wasn't with Baylan, he was with Morgan. So because she's a witch, I had a feeling something was up with it. But now maybe it was Kanan. He had that one toe in there and she brought him back to life because he turned to dust. So, the allergic
comes back.
Yeah, he just turned back into the dust that he was after his allergy.
Was it the big toe or the little toe? That's the question, though.
It was the middle one.
The middle one?
Yeah, definitely the middle.
The one that no one cares about.
Yeah, it was weird because obviously everybody thought it was going to be somebody. Like, I could have sworn it was going to be somebody at least.
And they built it up like, making you think that it is somebody that.
And just dust. That's what it was. That's exactly the sound it made.
That's where your clenching just let off a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like,
oh, that's what that was. It wasn't him. It was me.
Oh, that's
My bad.
crazy.
Sorry.
You really should get that checked out, though. I feel like you shouldn't make that sound. I think you need to go to a doctor. Steph, what did you think of Ahsoka causing Marrok to have green witchcraft farts?
Well,
A few moments later.
I'm glad you asked it that way because I'm going to completely avoid that.
Come on. Come on. You got to react to the farts.
Make the noise for you again.
If you don't react, it was you.
It should have been a little bit more like a queef,
A few minutes later.
Okay, enough of green farts and queefs. The fight, Steph. What did you think? You need a minute? You guys need a minute? You need a minute?
3 days later.
One of the things that I found interesting about Ahsoka facing an Inquisitor, she's faced Inquisitors before. She knows that there's only so many ways you can fight with that little spinning blade. Pretty predictable. She's going to be able to do the right move to get through that. I certainly called that she was going to defeat him. But yeah, I totally didn't expect the
cloud.
The cloud? Yeah, exactly. But it kind of set some precedent for later reanimated corpses using Dathomiri witch magic. Is he just kind of the first in something that we're going to see coming up?
Could be like a sort of like a way to keep people alive, which relates to Palpatine in episode 9.
Exactly. Yeah.
He came back with witch magic. This was the one fight that, besides the green fartine and anticlimactic death, this is the one fight that I'm like, I don't like how this is shot. How close the camera was, and like the quick shots, and then like the slow action to me just was like, oh, this is not fun to watch. It's a bit jarring, and that was just like my main thing. And then like again, as you said, Steph, Ahsoka's murdered like at least 2 or 3 of these guys at this point. There's the 2 from Rebels, 1 from Tales of the Jedi. She knows their shtick. She knows they can try and helicopter away, which I'm sad we didn't get to see because that would have been funny. Yeah, I did have to admit, as soon as like he was cut, I was also thinking like, oh, maybe he's just fine, and maybe he'll be like take the helm off and then die, so we at least see the face. But then the explosion of green stuff made me laugh. My initial reaction was just like, that's fucking funny.
Expectation subversion.
Yeah, I was just like, this is gonna be a fun discussion now.
That's why I hate theories and everything that comes up with every single TV series that comes out. Like, I just don't read them or don't try to think about it because I'm sure that they're gonna fuck us over some way. So I'm like, it's not gonna come true. And if it does, great, fucking awesome. But most of the time, it's like, food you, bitch. Fuck you all.
There was also one other fight going on this time, which was Shin versus Sabine Part 2. And I will throw to Brandy. What did you think of their rematch?
Sabine is still shit. She's holding her own a little bit better with the Mandalorian weapons. I do like how she got the upper hand. Like, you have no power, and then just shoots her in the freaking face. Actually, it was just her lightsaber. But anyway, her face would have been better.
Steph, what did you think of this round 2?
I mean, it's always great to see Sabine fighting, even when she's shit. It's just because basically you see her repeating mistakes and you see flaws where she has not learned from past experiences, and that's been a recurring theme with her from back in Rebels, is that she keeps doing the same stuff that doesn't work over and over again until she has a breakthrough, and I'm hoping that will improve before the end of the series, because I would hate to say at the end of episode 8, yeah, Sabine's fighting is still shit. You know what I mean?
Just bashing her head against the wall to see what works.
Come on, girl, you can do this.
Speaking of bashing heads against walls, Lily, what did you think?
That was the fight that was very chunky, this is for me, especially when Sabine gets thrown into the tree. Or I think it was a tree, and the helmet just fucking comes off, and they cut it so weirdly that it's like helmet on, helmet down, and I was like, how the fuck did that helmet come off? Like, what the fuck was that I did? Like, come on, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, of course, that's I'm gonna praise that. Of course, she's still shit, as she should be. She barely had any more training, so I was like, okay, yes, please, that's good. And yeah, I like the combo that she used using her Mandalorian weapons because she's a Mandalorian, and I love that line. You have no power. And of course, Shin got away because otherwise, how? She wouldn't survive. Like, Sabine would die in this fight unless she pulls like some kind of trick. It's all right, but like the editing on it was.
What was that noise again? What did you think it was? And that just seems like a really bad fart.
Start.
Shin shot it and ran away.
That was smoke.
True. See, I agree with you, Lee, that like the helmet thing was dumb. Like how it's like just like go straight, but then how does helmet go like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But besides, I kind of liked like sort of like the wider shots they did for it. But I think that's just like my preference in like seeing. And also, I'm starting to really like Shin's armor design and Baylan's as well. It looks both old and new, and I'm like,
Mhm.
this is cool. You're like medieval knights. But then we cut to Baylan and Morgan being all evil and getting the plans and coordinates for Thrawn and their hyperspace drive. And then, Morgan kind of fucks off and, fucking bitch, she takes away Thrawn's screen time. And then we get Ahsoka v. Baylan, which I think was probably the best fight
Yep.
of the episode.
Mhm.
I just liked how, you going in, at least I was thinking, oh, Ahsoka's you're gonna manhandle this boy because he's an old bastard. She's younger, I think, by a decent amount. So she's just gonna one shot, but then she doesn't take out her second lightsaber, and she's like, "I will fight with honor," and then she proceeds to lose, which is fun. So, Brandy, again, what did you think of Baylan v. Ahsoka?
I think Ahsoka was very distracted. I think that
Sure.
was a big thing because
Mhm.
her focus was the map. She was trying to get the map the
Mhm.
entire time. So it's her focus was on that. And Baylan kept saying things that I think was kind of throwing her.
Mhm.
Because he seems to be very good at that. He seems to
Mm.
really
Oh,
know
yeah.
how to get in people's heads. So I think that was part of his plan. She thinks Sabine's gone, super distracted. So I think that's the only reason that she lost.
It was
Yeah.
impactful too when Baylan was just kind of overhand, just smacking. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
is something going to break? Is the lightsaber going to happen to split in two? And yeah, I thought Ahsoka was going to use dark side for a second there when she thought Sabine died, and the eyes wide. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
is she gonna use choking or something? Be like her master.
It was the best fight out of all of them, easily. Yeah, the whole, I'm gonna mention your master first because I know that's a trigger for you. So Anakin Skywalker, your master. Everyone knew him.
That
Right.
great
know?
Jedi who fell to the dark side and killed everyone. Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
that one. Yes, that was
Yeah,
your master. You.
that crazy cat who fucked everything up.
I was like,
Throwing that guilt. Throwing that
Mhm.
guilt.
I see what
You
you're doing.
abandoned him. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, especially that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you abandoned him. I was like, oh, you
Mhm.
just high pitched fuck you.
Yeah.
And it got to her. It was so obvious from the very beginning that the whole talk got to her. And then it just melted all down when Sabine didn't show up when Shin did, and obviously it was obvious at that point that she's gonna lose. No
Yeah.
matter what happens,
Mhm.
she's gonna lose. And that's when I got pissed off because then Sabine comes in, and instead of grabbing that map, and just be on the fucking ground or something. No, like I'm gonna blow that fucking shit.
I'm gonna do it.
And
I'm gonna do it. Test me.
I'm gonna do it. Test me. And I'm like,
Test me, bitch.
he already knows that you're not gonna do it. So this is the worst streak that you could pull out. And of course that it's gonna mean that Ahsoka has to do something, but she's standing on the edge, so she's gonna fall. And done. Again, hire me, Lucasfilm. I can write for you. Of course. The second they started to go over the edge, I was like, she's gonna fall.
Really good. I love the choreography in this fight because it had that old samurai film vibe
Mhm.
that we
Yeah.
got in The Mandalorian when we saw Morgan versus Ahsoka also kind of evoked that. So I was just really loving the choreography in this fight. And I had to wonder whether or not it wasn't just him using words to manipulate, but maybe he was doing something in the Force as well. I
Yeah.
think back to Kylo Ren and his effort to try to get information out of Rey, and he was probing her mind to do that. Was Baylan doing something similar, trying to probe with the Force to push just a little bit further than words could do alone? Or was he just picking just the right words?
He seems to be able to read minds and
Mhm.
Yeah.
feelings.
Very easily, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's part of why Morgan values him so much
Mm.
The only thing that I would say in that matter is that he later does it to Sabine.
Yeah.
100%
Like
he
and
does.
and he has to concentrate. Like
Because how else would he know about Ezra?
It could be a bit different though because Ahsoka is so in tune with the Force, so it could be easier to read her. He's like, "Hey, I got the Force, you got the Force. We're kind of like on the same wavelength." And
Yeah.
then Sabine, who early in the episode was told, "You have no power," and like the worst Padawan in existence, has to try a bit harder because like she's not as like connected. After this fight, Ahsoka is thrown off a cliff, and we say bye to Ahsoka for the rest of the episode, pretty much. And then Sabine is not dead, and she has the map and gives it to Baylan. So, Brandy, what do you think of Sabine's double, triple cross depression bad decisions?
Initially, I was like, no, 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 don't do it. But then I was like, yes, Sabine, do it because she's one of the best as far as like being able to infiltrate places she shouldn't be. This is the only way she's ever going to get to Ezra is by being with Baylan. So she's got to do what she has to do to get there. Like, because that's the only way she's going to get to that place, wherever the hell they're going. The Purgil place.
The land of the Purgil.
Yeah. Because they're the only ones with the means to get there. So
Steph, what did you think of the 1-2 double cross?
I am in total agreement. The fact that she's probably playing a long con here, there's definitely times that she's done that in the past, but at the same time, there's also times where she has given up a little bit too easy. So at first I was like, well, she's given up a little bit because so much emotional stuff has been pressed upon her. We saw that in the Trials of the Darksaber. She just resisted so much of emotional stuff until it just burst out of her. What in the world?
Steph, you have the Force. You knocked things over all the way.
I've been playing with my pencil and it fell. Whoopsie. Sorry.
That timing was perfect.
I think there's something more than just her wanting to find Ezra. I think she wants that naturally on the surface, but maybe she sees a way of preventing them from going through with their plans as well.
Like try to assassinate Thrawn before anything happens.
yeah, why not?
Maybe.
Do you have some thoughts on this, Lily?
Yes, I do.
You do? Oh my god, that's crazy.
First of all, I don't care if it's Sabine, I don't care if it's Ezra, I love them, but it was still a fucking selfish decision. Because let's be honest, she had the map, she could have destroyed it, easy peasy lemon squeezy, but she was like, yeah, no, I want Ezra back, so I don't care that Thrawn is the biggest threat that we face since fucking Palpatine. Who cares? We're just gonna, I'm sure I can figure something out. Of course, she won't be able to figure something out. That's like a given, because I, as much as I hate theories, I have to go with the one where Throne is going to be the end game of the movie that's going to come out. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely like, they're not going to be done with him in
No,
this
right.
No.
series. If they will be, that's just shit. Like you're gonna introduce a character to audiences who haven't watched Rebels and didn't read the books and whatever, and be like, "Oh, he's the biggest threat. He's the heir to the Empire," and then he dies at the end of the season, and I'm like, I'm sure you're not gonna do that. If you do, your show sucks. I'm sorry, but that's just bad writing on my end. But if I'm just gonna put this out there very ominously, I think that this decision must have like consequences on the long run. And if they're gonna play it off like Ahsoka being like, it's okay, Sabine, it's fine.
I understand.
That's again just bad writing on their end. She should be held accountable because I think she's gonna be the reason that they're gonna succeed. They could have easily stopped them at this point, and because she decided that Ezra is, more important than stopping a fucking Grand Admiral coming back. Yeah, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Consequences.
I mean, it's 100% selfish, but I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, she looked at it as this is my only chance to get to Ezra. She didn't think about anything else. That's
yeah,
it.
that's obvious. That's very, very obvious that she didn't
Yeah.
think about, like,
Yeah,
No
she's also
thoughts.
she's used to things going her way, and so maybe she was
is
overconfident about it.
Is she though? Like, she fucked up a lot of things in the past. So
Yeah.
I'm like, here we go again.
Well, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that she's made the mistake, but then things worked out. So she's seen this cycle of, okay, mistake, but things worked out. Okay, mistake, but things worked out.
That's why I
Mm.
have this strong belief, because they keep again, I think it's just misleading, but I think Sabine is gonna die.
Maybe.
I would disagree with Sabine dying, but now after this episode, I'm thinking Ezra will, because that'd be the
Maybe.
That's what
consequence.
was
The
best.
consequence of her siding with Baylan to be like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go find Ezra, and then they're like, it's fine, it's all good. You'll see your best friend again. You'll be chill. And then
Yeah.
they get there, and then Thrawn's just like, thank you, pew.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
that's her big
Yeah.
consequence. And then
Something has to happen there, I feel like, and it has to be major, like, because
Yeah.
it's a talk going around on the internet, and sure, it's somewhat true. Like, if people, like, for example, my brother, who never watched Rebels and never read the books, he doesn't know who Throne is, and he doesn't understand my obsession, and I'm like, you're gonna see. Just wait and see. But
You'll
for
be-
him to make Throne a threat, like a real one, and not just, oh, we're just talking about this guy as the heir of the empire, they have to do something drastic with him for
Mhm.
the wider audience, who again didn't consume anything containing Throne so far.
if they want to go super far, they could have, them all arrive to see Thrawn, and then Baylan, because he's so in touch with like people's emotions and like what they're thinking, can look at Thrawn and be like, "Oh, I fucked up," and then and then Thrawn can realize, "Oh, this guy, he could be a problem," and then he kills Baylan, and that could be
Nah,
like,
Maybe.
no,
no,
I feel
that's
like
an easy way out.
I don't think
it's an easy
so.
way out, but it could be another way, because that also then can push Shin to, I don't know, maybe see her master's weakness or something, and then like Shin and Morgan are Thrawn's like right and left hands. But to be fair, we also got the reveal that Sabine's entire family on Mandalore is Mick dead. They probably
Yeah.
got killed in like the Mandalorian wars and stuff. So
They were allergic.
allergic to lasers and explosions. Yes.
Yeah.
But that could be another reason why she's so desperate for Ezra, because as Baylan said, he's the only family she believes she has left.
She's carried the guilt from what her weapons did to her people as well from the past. So this is just building right up onto that.
After this, we finally get to see this stupid hyperspace ring finally take off towards Thrawn. We don't see him.
So satisfying.
It was sad. But we also, a bunch of rebels, good guys died, but who cares? We're going to get Thrawn now. Lily, are you excited to see Thrawn
Oh, my
come
baby.
back from this hyperspace ring in the last 5 minutes of episode 8?
Fuck you, Tom. Right now, sideways, whatever. Again, if they're gonna pull that, I hate you all. But yeah,
Well-
keep thinking that it can happen.
Yeah, we're going already in the 4th episode. So we've got 4 more episodes. I'm just saying, they went to hyperspace. They're gonna find Thrawn in like the next episode.
I hope
That's all
so.
I'm saying.
That's what I
I
think.
hope so.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
Here's the thing.
What is Ahsoka gonna do?
She's
Exactly. She's in the word between words, as we find out.
Yeah.
And I'm
and
like,
may or not be dead.
may or
Who
may
knows?
not be dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Again, I have this very bad feeling that we're going to spend the entire episode 5 being in the word between words before we say anything else. Fuck you for cutting that off. 1, 2, fucking Anakin Skywalker. I'm so happy for Hayden Christensen, because, as I said in the What to Expect episode that we did, he deserves all the fucking praise and all the fucking apologies for what he got during his time
I
in Star
adore
Wars.
him.
And I'm so glad he's back.
Mhm.
He's perfect, and I can't wait for their interaction. So at the same time, while I would be mad that if the entire episode 5 would be just the two of them, at the same time I wouldn't be mad because I just want them to have a heart to heart.
Wait,
Wait, Brandy, what?
World Between Worlds. Ahsoka could go to where they're at.
But
Sorry.
is the world between worlds just for that galaxy though, or is that for everything?
That's for everything.
It's for
That's
everything.
everything, yeah.
Everything
It's
ever.
realm and the Force.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
She can totally
yeah.
just walk over there.
Just easily.
Just a Sunday stroll.
I admit I did cry a bit when
I did cry as well.
Anakin showed up and I heard snips and then
Low snips.
because that's the first time Hayden Christensen has said snips.
Yes.
Right.
And I was like, but yeah, that was really nice.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but it was first Anakin's team, and then they slowly played it into Darth Vader's team.
Oh, it's a trick. Maybe it's not Anakin. I do agree with you, Lily, that I'm fairly certain the next episode is just going to be like a title like World Between Worlds or something like that. And it's just Ahsoka and Anakin palling about, being like, oh, I didn't see you since that time you nearly killed me. Oh, that's just a crazy time ago.
They have a lot to talk about, and I think
Yes.
with the right writing, it can be one of the greatest Star Wars episodes that we've seen because they
100%.
have a huge history, and I think Ahsoka has like a lot of what if in her head, like what if I've been there for him.
I would really be just deeply emotional to hear him say, this is not your fault. To let her off the hook.
Oh, like in Kenobi, I still cry on that scene.
I am not your failure, Obi-Wan.
Every time I'm like,
Every time you cry.
every
time you
single
cry.
time. Every single time.
So now we shall throw it over to our resident CouchSoup Star Wars fanatic, Drew. Last time, there was, I think, a bit of an internet connection issue or something, but hopefully this time he's worked it out. So over to you, Drew Man.
Hey, Ahsoka Chronicles, Drew here. That episode, right? You know what I'm feeling? You feeling that? I mean, that's some A plus lightsaber action happening right there. Did not expect what happened with Marrok to go down, but let's just say Ahsoka gave him the samurai treatment. I mean, listen, we all knew what was going to happen here. We knew that the Sabine, what was going to happen. We all saw that coming, but it was done well. It was done well. Whoa, the hell is that noise? The hell? What the? Well, anyway, man. And then listen, the hyperspace thing. How are they gonna get there, guys? How are they gonna get there? I'm excited. There's some open questions. Oh, I mean, there's a moment. It's really bad. It smells really bad in here. Oh, I can't wait for the. Oh.
Ew, Drew. I think you should go and see the doctor.
Now that Drew has had some bowel issues he cannot finish, which is fairly normal for someone of, people to have, let's get into episode ratings. So, what did you rate the episode, Lily, out of 10?
It's very hard because the salt is at an all-time high. So
Couldn't tell.
You couldn't? Oh, great!
Nice.
I'm hiding it so well.
Like the amount of restraint is just amazing. You cannot tell
Thank
at
you.
all.
But
Thank you.
Anakin,
I do try.
Yeah.
That to be fair, he's gonna be the only reason I'm gonna say this is gonna be my first 8.5. Yes, because I am now desperately hoping and not hoping. So it's like it's a very weird emotion. I can't explain, but at the same time, I want like Justin and Ahsoka episode, but at the same time, Throne. So It's very hard. It's fuck off, pencils.
She's throwing stuff everywhere.
I'm throwing my fucking pencils everywhere. So I'm like, yes, no. I don't know. I'm very conflicted. It's a very conflicting feeling. I hate that we have to wait. I want to binge this entire. I feel like that we will definitely need to do the same thing with this that we did with The Last of Us, where we're gonna do an episode after we binge watch the whole season and talk about it then, because I think it's gonna feel very differently than how it feels now. Maybe I won't be as angry and salty.
I doubt that'd be the case. I feel like no matter what, there will be salt.
We'll see. There's always salt every time because nothing is perfect and we have to accept.
Except for Thrawn's ass.
Duh. Obviously, because that's let's go with an 8.5. I am just super, super happy that Hayden is back and I need him more.
I'm going to go 9.5 out of 10. I would have had a 10 out of 10 if they had chosen to have Sabine destroy the map and get there some other way. But otherwise, I'm at that 9.5. I'm very pleased. Love the action, love the suspense.
Yeah.
It was what I had been wanting from episode 1 on, and we finally got that level that I was expecting to see in the series.
Definitely 9 out of 10 butt puckers because
Ooh, butt puckers.
Yes, because it was stressful, especially when that thing was ticking. You know, the star map was ticking, and they almost had it. And Ahsoka and Baylan were fighting, and I'm just like, oh my god, somebody do something! Like, yeah,
and the hand burning.
And then just Sabine just like thinking for like a solid couple minutes, just like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm gonna do it.
And then seeing Hayden, you know, Anakin, like I needed that. Like I need the talk between them because they need it.
My rating probably be an 8, which is I think the highest I've given. I enjoyed the fights and I liked how some were shot. The Marrok thing, whilst funny, I agree, was a bit just sort of like, it could have done anything, but I do hope that it's just like a suit of armor that Morgan can just be like, have more green farts and come back to life. I do hope, not that I hope, but I do think also the next episode will be, you know, just Anakin and Ahsoka, you know, palling about. But yeah, I think 8's a pretty solid rating that I am comfortable with giving it. That was a lot of words I did not need to say.
Before we go anywhere. Lucasfilm, listen. If Hayden Christensen is gonna be in it for like 5 minutes, I'm gonna fucking murder all of you. You got that?
Think of the blue booty. Calm yourself. Center yourself in the church.
Her outward emotion is how I'm feeling about Ezra as well.
They'll give you 6 minutes of Ezra and 4 minutes of Thrawn.
Oh, shut up, Tom.
Fuck off, Tom.
Fuck a me, no. Fuck it to you. Fuck it to you. Pew. Explode, my bitch. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
It was a mixture of Italian, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Yoda. Don't ask me why.
We won't. Please close down the show. We have to go. We have very important things to do.
So this was us for reacting everything for episode 4 of Ahsoka here on CouchSoup. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget you can jump over to CouchSoup and become a member, and you can get this train wreck of a show a day early. I don't know why you'd want to, but if you want some stupid laughs, it's all there. You just become a member, and then you got it.
And we'll chat about it.
True, and other perks like you can talk to us and you can tell me to shut up and or fuck off. You can feel like the rest of the people here, and you can join in the casual bullying, as it were.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fun. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe for all the fun CouchSoup goodness. You know the drill. You've been on YouTube for long enough, and you can get all the other new CouchSoup stuff. It's fun. It's a fun time. We're cool cats. We're cool. Although before we end today, I would just like to say that for the next 2 weeks, the nice little cat. I will not be here because the episodes come out at 11 a.m. in the morning on a Wednesday in Australia, which when you have work isn't the best thing. So it kind of sucks. But instead, CouchSoup's resident funny guy and Lothwolf enthusiast, Ian McParland, shall be filling in. He's been doing the recap articles on CouchSoup, so he should have more than enough knowledge and wit and laughs in order to make it feel like that he's better than me, which honestly, he is the funniest, so I can take that.
I am very
Ian.
upset that he was right about Marrok. God damn it.
I am too.
Yeah,
He's gonna rub it in our face. I'm
Oh,
just
he
gonna...
will.
Well, it's the perfect time for him to come in next week, and
Bring
so
it.
he can rub it in your face. But all I just ask is
Ew.
please don't bully the British, man. We don't want to upset the British. We got to tone it back. I can take it. I don't know if he can. I'm just saying.
I think we can decide for ourselves, Tom. We
Shut
can
up,
be
Lily.
evil. Shut up, Tom.
Fuck off.
You fuck off.
I am fucking off. I'm going to be the next 2 weeks. So,
This is gonna be the bloopers at the end. I'm just telling you.
It's like, don't tell me to shut up.
I will tell you whatever I want.
You do not do that. You do not have the authority to tell me to fuck off and to shut up.
I got
Okay, you stop.
Stop.
Stop.